A full half of the book was filled with entries in old Matthew Shore's small, cramped hand. The last of these entries was very short. It began with a date, and it read, "Wind began light from the south. This day came into harbor the bark Winona, after a cruise of 3 years, 2 months, and 4 days. Captain Chase reported that my eldest son, Matthew Shore, was killed by the fluke of a right whale at Christmas Island. The whale yielded 70 barrels of oil. Matthew Shore was second mate." And below, upon a single line, like an epitaph, the words, "All the brothers were valiant." 2 days after, the old man sickened, and 3 weeks later he died. He had set great store by Big Matt. Joel, turning the leaves of the log and scanning their brief entries, came presently to this, written in the hand of his brother John. "Wind easterly. This day the Betty was reported lost on the Japan grounds, with all hands save the boy and the cook. Noah Shore was third mate. Day ended as it began." And below, again, that single line, "All the brothers were valiant." There followed many pages filled with reports of rich cruises, when ships came home with bursting casks, and the brothers of the House of Shore played the parts of men. The entries were now in the hand of one, now of another. John and Mark and Joel. Joel read phrases here and there. "This day the Martin Wilkes returned. 2 years, 11 months, and 22 days. Died on the cruise, and first mate John Shore became captain. Day ended as it began." And a page or two further on, "Martin Wilkes, 2 years, 2 months, 4 days. Tubs on deck filled with oil, for which there was no more room in the casks. Captain John Shore." Mark Shore's first entry in the log stood out from the others, for Mark's hand was bold and strong, and the letters sprawled blackly along the lines. Furthermore, Mark used the personal pronoun, while the other brothers wrote always in the third person. Mark had written, "This day, I, Mark Shore, at the age of 27, was given command of the whaling bark Nathan Ross." Joel read this sentence thrice. There was a bold pride in it, and a strong and reckless note which seemed to bring his brother before his very eyes. Mark had always been so, swift of tongue, and strong, and sure. Joel turned another page, came to where Mark had written, "This day I returned from my first cruise with full casks in 2 years, 7 months, 15 days. I found the Martin Wilkes in the dock. They report Captain John Shore lost at Vauvau in an effort to save the ship's boy who had fallen overboard. The boy was also lost." And below, in bold and defiant letters, "All the brothers were valiant." There were 2 more pages of entries, in Mark's hand or in Joel's, before the end. When he came to the fresh page, Joel dipped his pen and huddled his broad shoulders over the book, and slowly wrote that which had to be written. "Wind northeast, light," he began, according to the ancient form of the sea, which makes the state of wind and weather of first and foremost import. "Wind northeast, light. This day the Martin Wilkes finished a 3-year cruise. Found in port the Nathan Ross. She reports that Captain Mark Shore left the ship when she watered at the Gilbert Islands."